We break down some of the tough projects that you may encounter on the job. I'm Chris.
And I'm Yvonne.
And this is the Test Lab.
Today, we're going to talk about something really important, anchors. Which ones to use and when.
And in our world, this comes up the most when we're asked to install floating shelves. And let's be honest, we don't always quite know what a customer is going to end up installing on those shelves. And the last thing that we want is to get a call that the bump in the middle of the night was the shelf that we just installed came tumbling down.
So you want to make sure you pick the right anchor for the right amount of support.
Otherwise, my bad. Of course, when we hang things on the wall, we want to go directly into a stud, but we don't always get that luxury and we have to use drywall anchors. But I've always wondered what actually happens when you put the anchor in the wall. By the magic of our test lab, we're actually able to see what happens behind the wall with the anchor. Tap your plug in, and then drive in your screw, and here is where the magic happens. So as you can see, the anchor flares out. It provides a nice strong hold for what we're hanging on the other side of the wall. But remember, this is our lower weight capacity anchor. Now let's try a heavier option. So for our second option, we're gonna go with something that can handle just a little bit more weight. This is one of my personal favorites here because you don't have to pre-drill. You simply just press it into the wall like so and screw it in. Now once you break the drywall, you just want to get it nice and tight. And once you get it nice and flush, you're ready to put your screw in. And again, I always like to hand tighten it just to make sure you get a nice snug fit and don't add too much torque to it. I'm so excited what happens on the backside. It's like I'm getting invited to the party that I never got invited to. This is what I always imagined actually happened behind the wall. The anchor just burst apart. That's what provides the strength and the hold for your heavier options. Now, let's take a look at the heavy duty weight capacity anchors. This is the bosses of anchors. This is the toggle anchor. This is when you're hanging your big boy stuff on the wall that you don't want to fall for your clients. You simply just put it into the wall, you screw it in, but look, there's some key points. You want to make sure that you get these arrows that are on the anchor up and down so that the toggle that's on the backside goes vertical as well. And when you screw it in, it pulls tight to the wall. Now you got to finesse this. You don't want to blow out the drywall. Now it's time to drill in our screw and pull that toggle tight to the drywall. So as you can see, our big boy anchor is performing as we thought. The toggle is getting tight to the wall as the screw went through, locked in. You don't have to worry about anything on the other side of this wall going anywhere. But you know what? Let's put these boys to the test. All right, it's test time in the test lab, and we're gonna test out the low capacity anchors first. We're gonna go with two 10-pound weights, 20 pounds. Boom! 20 pounds from a low capacity anchor. I don't think you could ask much more of it. That's a couple of books, that's some pictures, you know, lightweight items. All right, so we're on to anchor number 2. These are the medium capacity anchors, my favorite, my partners. Boom, 40 pounds, no problem. It handled it well. This is something that you could use in a kitchen to handle some plates, maybe even in a living room for some heavier books or a trophy. Definitely a champion right here. And now for the bosses of anchors, the toggle anchor. Let's see how much these toggles can actually tackle. So we actually took the boss anchors to 130, but the capacity says 100 pounds, so it went well over what it said that it could hold. So you can rest assured, if you use these toggle anchors in your client's home, the shelf, whatever you put up is not going anywhere.
So if you have a client that's asking for floating shelves on their wall and you don't have the opportunity to be able to secure it into a stud, then the right type of anchor is going to be key. When installing floating shelves, remember, there's a difference between shear weight and the weight that you're putting on cantilever shelves. For good practice, always check the weight specs of the anchors and the shelves that you're going to install. So now it's time for the ultimate test. I'm lovingly calling this the Chris test.
That's That's right.
So hop on up there, big boy. Let's go.
You see that?
I see that.
That's right.
I'm a little worried. I'm not sure if it's gonna hold all his weight, or he calls it muscle.
That's right.
The reason why I'm so excited about this is because it's holding some weight. Chris, do you wanna tell everybody out there how much you weigh?
Sure. I am 200 and enough pounds.
If you have a customer that's asking you for shelving, especially floating shelving, you wanna make sure you come prepared with the right materials for that job.
Right. Thanks for letting us walk you through all the ways to help keep your customers shelving on the wall and off the floor. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out our other videos for more important do's and don'ts on the job.
See you next time.